Thanks for tuning into Heavy. We're here today speaking with Alex Reid, who has just joined the band Make Them Suffer. We're here to talk about their new single Doom Switch and a lot more, so listen on.
Make Them Suffer recently released a single Doom Switch, which is a crushingly heavy slab of music. So how's the early reception been for it?
Honestly, so good. And it was such a surprise because there were so many elements to consider with the song. The band had been on a bit of a hiatus for a couple of years, pretty quiet because of COVID and obviously losing a member, changing a member, changing the sound a little bit, introducing a new instrument. And I didn't really know how it was going to be received. And I was bracing myself for a healthy amount of negative feedback. And there's just none. It's just so positively received that I'm sort of at the point now where I'm I want the negative feedback. I don't want to set the bar and then have far to fall, but just really awesome feedback, awesome reception from everyone. And it's doing really well on YouTube, which is awesome. I can't believe how many plays it has in 1 week, almost 300,000 in a week.
Yeah, I noticed that today. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's really good.
Well, so tell us a bit more about the song musically and what you're going for. You mentioned the new instrument added, which I'm assuming is you on the keys, but tell us a bit about what you were going for with it.
Yeah, so I was not involved in the songwriting for Doom Switch, which is the new single. I came on when I think the song was written. There were parts written for me by Nick and Sean, who are an amazing songwriting team. So I just got to come in, which was actually a really nice experience for me to not have to write a song and to hear it and go, this is fucking sick. And this is better than anything, your own worst critic. So I think it's better than anything I've written in the past. So it was a breath of fresh air to sing someone else's, songwriting, and it was awesome. But obviously we introduced the guitar into Make Them Suffer, which is definitely fresh. In the past there's been a heavy presence with keys, but that's just been a keyboard or piano. So now I've introduced the guitar, introducing synth and samples. I'm running a launch pad, I'm running Ableton Live, and eventually I'll be doing quite a heavy amount of sampling and electronic stuff as well. So it's pretty cool. It's a new experience for me, stepping away from being a front man, stepping into being more of an instrumentalist, but I really like it.
Yeah, very cool. And the film clip's visually stunning too. It's shot mainly in a warehouse, but it's got clever use of lights and imagination. So was that the band's idea, or was it the director, Colin Jeffs?
It was actually, you know what? Great question, because Colin's a fucking genius. I think it was a lot to do with Nick McClernand and Colin probably having a conversation about just the vibe they wanted, the energy, all the lights, the late, obviously a lot of after post editing with really cool 2D animation and stuff like that. But I think the band MTS just wanted that step up in energy. And it's just a solid band performance. Sometimes it's good to keep it simple and just let a simple performance convey that real punch in the face sort of message with the song, for sure.
And the other thing about Doom Switch, of course, is we've dipped out around this a little bit, but it's your first song with Make Them Suffer, so you kept that to yourself pretty well.
I know, it's pretty crazy. I've only been in the band technically for I think 4 months. It's been a very quick whirlwind. My previous band ended almost in the same week that I was asked to join Make Them Suffer. It was incredible timing. And I basically have just spent the last 4 weeks learning guitar, learning the piano parts, learning the songs, learning the set. I'm a big fan. I know the songs already, but it's very different to learn them to a T that you can execute them live. And then, within a week of being asked to join the band, I was already on my way to the studio working with Callan or an amazing Melbourne producer to record the song. And it was just no time to think, just get it done. My first song with MTS, but I'm really excited to do more.
And I believe when you flew to Brisbane to film the video for this song, that was pretty much your first interaction with the rest of the band. Is that true?
It was, yeah. I've met all the guys before in passing, just obviously we're in the same scene, but very informal, probably in gigs and stuff at festivals, been hey man, nice to meet you, but never a proper introduction, never a proper hang. And so I knew Nick quite well. He lives in Melbourne. The rest of the members are in Perth. So I got to meet Jaya, Jordan, and Sean. Really, I got to really get to know them properly in Brisbane. So I already recorded a song. I haven't really even met them yet. We've barely spoken on Messenger on Instagram or anything like that. And then off the plane straight into a weekend of just hanging out. We went to a few shows. We went to see Era, And then we filmed a film clip together all day Sunday. And then I think coming out of that, I really felt a part of it. Like they're just such awesome dudes, so chill. It's hard not to feel, I just feel part of the like band fam. Just pretty much instantly. It was a really good feeling, really good connection.
Yeah. And in the press release, you're referred to as the fifth member in inverted commas. So does that mean that you are officially part of the band, or are you seeing how things go first?
Oh yeah, I'm officially in, baby.
Yeah, well done.
Like, you don't want to pass on this opportunity, but no, it was, I think, it just felt right from the start, and everyone agreed. I was on board. I'm in, and I'm giving it the best I have for as long as possible.
So you pretty much, like, after Drown in the City broke up, you could have either formed your own band with pretty much anyone, or you could have joined anyone. Why choose Make Them Suffer?
I love to think that I could have joined anyone. Thank you. That's awesome. Honestly, you know, it's really funny because Nick and I had been having conversations overlapping the timeline before Drown in the City ended, where I was actually saying to him, I think I'm going to lose this band. I don't know what's happening. I'm devastated. I don't know what to do. How do I find another band? I really did feel hopeless. And he was in a position where they were looking for someone too. And for some reason, neither of us considered that we would be the solution to it for quite a few conversations. And then one day it finally clicked. So before I even had a chance to think, what do I want to do next? I was already invited to join the band. And it was just like, the universe was like, here you go. This is what you're looking for. Yeah.
Makes things a lot easier too, doesn't it?
Exactly right.
Your vocal interplay with Sean on the song was sensational. So did you guys have to work much to gel like that, or did it sort of come more natural?
I think it came really naturally. And so Sean wasn't even in the studio when we recorded it. And Sean had written the song. He'd sent me notes. He'd been like, Alex, these are your parts. Sing this, sing that, which is awesome. And I love having that experience of someone that I really trust, an amazing songwriter as well. So I went into the studio separately, just with Nick, just with Callan. It was just the three of us. But it was really nice, I think, that Sean obviously had a trust in me to give me screaming, because I, know none of the keyboardists in the past who screamed to Make Them Suffer. It's always been Sean, and I had no expectation. So when I received the notes, and throughout the session, we were sort of talking while we were recording, like over the internet and stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, record these scream parts. And it really took me by surprise, because I did not come in expecting to scream. And we just got it done. And again, I didn't expect the reaction would be so good. And I think we have such different styles of screaming that it works. I don't know how anyone could sound good next to Sean, because he's so good, but somehow, like, my little raw screams in there actually sounds pretty good.
You're on a winner straight up then.
Yeah.
The big question is Doom Switch a standalone single, or is it part of a bigger album picture?
You
can't say?
I can't say. Look, there's so much happening. I mean, obviously new music's coming. But I think with any band, sometimes you release a single and it might not make it on the album, or it might. It just depends on the time frame, like how quickly you get music. But yeah, I guess I can't say too much yet.
That's fair enough. I'll move on then. No, I won't push you. Has your role in the band been clearly defined moving forward, or is it more a case of experiment and see how things happen?
Yeah. I mean, God, who knows what's going to happen? There's a really defined role existing in that. Make Them Suffer has an amazing history of having a strong female vocalist and a keyboard player, which is awesome, because that's so ingrained in the history of every album for the band. The fans want it. So I think that is really defined. And my initial intention was to walk in and honor that and be like, I just want to be the next version of this, because I love the band. That's what the fans want too. Everyone loves that element of Make Them Suffer. But then the introduction of having extra screams from me, playing the guitar, it's totally different, running more electronic samples and things like that. Already that's quite different, and it's a lot to take on. It's my first time in a band ever, like playing and singing at the same time as well. So it's actually a really big role, and I prefer it to being a front man. I fucking love it, and sit behind an awesome band and watch them perform and watch them deliver and be like, this is sick. I think at the moment it's pretty defined, but who knows what the future holds.
Yeah. And Make Them Suffer are partway through a tour that stops in Melbourne on October 21st and Adelaide on the 22nd and finishes in Perth on the 23rd. So There's no need to ask how things are going because the first 3 shows are sold out. That's amazing.
It's all completely sold out, and it's really funny because like the Melbourne show sold out before I could even tell a single soul that I was in the band, and to come and watch, like to buy tickets, like because I didn't want to tell anyone because the scene's small, people know each other, and like I just wanted it to be a surprise, and I just wanted to put my head down and work hard. And yeah, I didn't even get the chance to tell any of my friends. So I think I've managed to get like 2 friends who got tickets, didn't know I was in the band. And yeah, the whole run of shows were sold out before we even played Melbourne. The first one, sorry, was Brisbane. So before we even played Brisbane, the whole tour was sold out, which is just crazy.
I'm gonna lie, that's great. Yeah. And how are you going playing the back catalogue? Is it sort of taken a while to get used to it, or have you slipped straight in?
Is that playing the catalogue?
Yeah, the back catalogue band.
Well, luckily, I mean, they've got so many songs. And I only have to focus on a set at a time. So we're doing a run of shows in America as well, starting start of November for 7 weeks. So that'll be like a more condensed set, but obviously like I can just focus on one day at a time, like what I can possibly learn in 4 months, I think we play like 10 songs, and I have genuinely spent every single night secretly learning these songs like for hours and hours and hours. Being a fan helps because I know the vocals really well. I already know it like the back of my hand. But yeah, just learning the piano, like it's hard work. It has definitely been hard work, but I think so far so good. And it's going to take me a while to learn everything, but I'll get there.
You will. We all have faith.
Yeah, I'm gonna learn all the old shit too, all the deathcore. I'm learning everything.
Wow, that's fantastic, man. Well, Brad, thanks very much for your time tonight, Alex. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. And Doom Switch is out now. It's a great song, and you definitely made an impact on the band, mate. It sounds really, really good, breath of fresh air. So congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chris. I really appreciate it.